welcoming everybody to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start the show by being transparent. And yesterday, I only made two bets, and I was disappointed with myself for not getting there on the NFL because the two ways I liked all week long ended up cashing with the Bills and the Buccaneers. But regardless, we didn't get there. So we won on the Magic game under Magic versus Knicks and lost on the Raptors Celtics over. So 1-1, lost a little bit of juice there. And we'll look to do a little bit better here today. Looking at the chat, similar kind of day there. Overall, 11-10. So, didn't lose, didn't even, I mean, not everybody's minus 110, but you get what I'm trying to say. Pretty much just covered your losses here for the chat. But I will shout out some of the people who had winners. Jeff S. I feel like it was a good day for the Jeffs in the chat. Jeff S. with Duran over 14 and a half rebounds plus assists, cash. The Chillis had the Hawks minus 8.5. That was a winner. Justin M. Bethune Cookman. He always comes with a nice college winner, +5. Nice work there. Saturated. An easy one with Embiid over 25 and a half points. Believe he had 40. Juggler came with Jazz -7, which was a winner. Dan N had that same Jazz -7 bet. So shout out to both of you guys. Here's the other Jeff. Jeff H with the Cavaliers -3.5. And let's see. Let's keep going. We had a couple more. Casey had Steph PRA 35 and a half, which was a winner. Matt Shields wasn't a whole lot to like from the Raptors yesterday, but he had quickly over 27 and a half PRA. That cashed. Jeff, just Jeff, no initials, no last name. uh, the trifecta for the Jeffs, he completed it with the Spurs and Hawks game under 246. So nice work there from the chat. And or nice work from you guys I mentioned there. Overall, we all need to do a little bit better today. Let's take a look at the comment section before we get started today. Nathan, per usual, is first. Not very happy with the Eagles. David, surprised by yesterday's results in an association. Oh, guys, betting on how late I was. Let's see. Skee over 5 minutes late, -3,000. Damn, that's the odds we get in now. I think I started right at 5 minutes, so you pushed. Sorry I couldn't get you guys some plus money there with the early start. Jay Gill says, someone tell Ski we in here. Jay Cash says, prolific. Oh, he's giving prolific some credit, I believe. Oh, no. He says, parlay that with San Fran on Saturdays. Good money. He's giving him a pick. So, the Ski over 5 minutes late with San Fran. He said it's good money. I get it now. Let's see what else we're going to. David said he has 7 minutes plus 550. Raven Ron, show starting exactly 10 minutes late plus 5,000. Radmatic said he said get the likes up first. He needs a certain ratio to start. Prolific says he's too busy drinking tequila, pineapple. Oh, excuse me, water. We don't know what he drinks behind the water screen. Let's see a couple more comments before we get started here. Justin said the New Year's resolution is dead, maybe in 2025. I said I would try, man. I said I would try. What up, Chillis? Gave you a shout out for your best bet winner. S. Warrior, what's going on? He did win outright. What up, Jay Wills? Top set in the building. Brian H. Everybody's around. JT in here. Everybody's ready to go. So let's get to it. Tachi in here. Let's get to it. We have 3 games in the association. And did want to just touch on one other game in another sport. You should probably, if you've been following for a while, you probably know. But for the people who don't know, we'll do a little bit of that hockey today. So Coyotes and Flames. I'm not even getting too into this game. We're rolling with the trend, man. The party guy trend. So teams that just went to Vegas and return home. They are 40, I believe, and 14 to the over. So teams go out there, they like to party, they like to have a good time. They don't really care about playing defense when they return home. And if they won that game, it gets even better. It's above 80%. So Party Guy trend is active on the Flames versus the Coyotes. And I personally took over 6. The number I got was minus 130. And right now you're looking at 6.5, pretty much everywhere. Let me just glance one more time. Yeah, 6.5 everywhere. And some of the 6.5s are minus 115. So you can go over 6.5. I need 7 to win. I just happen to like the 6 number a little bit better. So that's what we're doing for hockey. Let's take a look at the chat before we move over to the association. Will RZA didn't enjoy what he saw from the Nets yesterday. Top set says dirty water. That's what I'm doing behind the sign. Justin, you know about the party guy trend. What up, Sean Evans? Casey says, cheese made you sick? What are you talking about? You out of left field with this one. Where is this even coming from? I don't even know how to look at the team total. Do you just be calculating that, RC, or what? Because I don't see team total numbers when I'm looking at it. So I'm unsure how you know, I'm unsure how you're getting that. I just glanced at it and I don't see team total overs on the sheet. Atachi, you know what's up. You know the vibes. Two party guy trends in the same day. S. Warrior says 120 people viewing. Smash the like button. It is much appreciated. It helps out the show. Saturated says, how about them Wizards? They didn't get it done last game, but I didn't bet them. So it's all right. Casey says, you sound sick. I am not sick. Um, Maybe I just finished doing something else that I usually do all the time, but it was a little closer to tip off, a little closer to show start. So maybe that's might be what you're talking about there. But we know what we're doing in NHL, so let's move it on over to NBA. And we will go in rotation order like we always do. We only have 3 games, so it should be fairly quick today. But 569, 570, Denver and Philly opened up. Philly -1. You now see them -1.5 pretty much everywhere. Total opened up 229.5, and you see it going up. It's 233, 233.5, even at some shops. And it makes sense because I did see everybody on starting 5 for Denver game time decision, but it looks like all of them have been upgraded to probable for tonight. They will miss Strother though. For Philly, looks like Springer out, Melton out, Lofton out, Covington out. House very likely to play. Bamba very likely to play. So I feel like they're trying to, I don't know, they're trying to get people to bet one way or the other, like with playing with the injury report like this. Because how is the whole starting 5 game time and then all of them upgraded to probable? Like I feel like they're just playing over there with the injury report. But anyway, both teams have been playing good lately as far as winning straight up. That's kind of what the point spread is asking you to do. Denver has won 11 out of 14. They've only covered 2 of their last 6, though. I will mention that. Philly has covered 12 out of their last 18, and they are 14-5 as a home favorite. If I look at how both of these teams have been playing lately, last 5 game stats, the ones I care about, Denver has been better offensive rated, defensive rated, and rebounding team. Denver has the rest advantage in this matchup, and it looks like they're going to have everybody available. They've only been a road dog twice. They covered 1 of those games. Philly has been on a back-to-back 6 times. They've covered 2. So the point spread was a little bit tough for me. I do think it's more of an under type game. 5 of the last 7 for Philly has gone under. 4 of the 6 back-to-backs have gone under, and 6 of the last 9 meetings between these teams have gone under. I prefer to just bet against Joker in this matchup. That's what I wanted to do. So Joker's points, I got 26.5. It was -120 when I bet it. He's gone under that number 4 of his last 11 games. He has faced Embiid 7 times, and he's only hit this number 1 time out of those 7. against him. He averages 25 and a half so far this season. So you're asking him to get a little bit more than his average in a tough matchup against a player who, should want to give it his all every time he sees Jokic out there. I know he misses some games because of injury, but I'm expecting him to be out there, and I think he makes life tough on Jokic tonight. So Jokic under 26 and a half is my recommendation for this first game. Let's see what you guys think in the chat. Raven Ron says 76ers if Embiid plays. Not on the injury report right now. Bryce Miller says Jokic to hit a three. Sean. Hey, the chat, man. I love the chat. I love the chat. Bryce says Embiid not gonna come out on him, but he'll finish on him. We'll see. I think they'll want to take the ball out of Jokic's hands. I think that's what the game plan will be. JT likes the Sixers. Brian H says Philly -3 for Denver non-conference. Do you think they really push if they're behind? Um, well, Denver is kind of like in this space in the standings where like the top four teams are separated by 3 games. So every game kind of matters right now. They could care about this game quite a bit, and they have the rest advantage. So the more the game goes on, the more it favors Philly. I mean, more it favors Denver. Jay Wills says he thinks this is a Denver spot, especially with Sixers on a back-to-back. Jeff F. Jeff S. I'm sorry. Says Embiid East tonight. What up, Anthony? And let's see. Brian H says on a back-to-back, Embiid only played in one of those games. We shall see. We shall see. Jake Orr giving out some stats. Says without rest, but 3 of those without Embiid. Says they're 2-1 ATS on the second of a back-to-back with Embiid. RC also liking the Sixers. So is Justin M. So some love coming in for Philly. Brotherly love. Saturated wants to go for Gordon over 6.5 rebounds. Seaver Warner likes Tobias Harris under 17.5 points. UCapper dropping some stats. Says when Embiid is in the lineup, they're 22-6 straight up, 21-7 against the spread, 20-8 to their team total over, 6-0 straight up and against the spread in non-conference games. So when Embiid is in, doesn't really matter what the number is. They're gonna win. They're gonna if they're gonna win, they're gonna cover, and they're likely gonna cover their team total over too. That's what these stats are saying. So good work there from Mr. RC. What did I say? They said pause. Dang, what did I do? Am I pulling a vino out here? What did I say? I didn't even catch it. JT says Denver late arrival to Philly due to snow delays. It's ugly here in Philly. Sixers early and often if Embiid is in. That's good info to have. Matt Myers saying the same thing. Denver got into Philly late last night, and Sixers should be pretty rested since they played at 1 p.m. yesterday. So that is why everybody was game time decision, maybe because of just the travel issues. Interesting. UCapper, let's see, says back to that party guy trend. Out of the 45 games, 42 opponents scored 3 or more. Coyotes over 2.5 is -140. Damn, UCapper. I mean, it's supposed to be a little bit more than 45 games, I believe, though. But that's still good to know. I mean, and it makes sense because that's the angle that I have. UCapper he's Mr. Team Total, so I appreciate you sharing that. All right, I think it's about time. Oh, I said finish on him. My bad, man. My bad. Cutting up around here. Cutting up around here. But let's move on over to the next game. Think we did a good enough job with that first game. Dang, I can't believe I let that one get out. Next one up, 571. He got the direct quote. He- All right, I gotta get my head in the game, man. I can't be doing this. 571, 572. Okay, he says my bad. 55 games. So 42 out of 55 games. Still good. Still good. Next game up, 571, 572. Sacramento and Phoenix. Opened up Phoenix -4. And we see, I mean, there's some 4.5s, but consensus is still -4. Total open 243 and a half. Not much movement. We're seeing 244 for the injury report. Let me just hit refresh one time. Keegan Murray is game time decision for the Kings. For the Suns, looks like they'll be without Damian Lee and Bol Bol. So the Kings are now playing their fifth game in 8 days, and they're coming off of an overtime game. Not a great spot for this Sacramento team. They have, however, covered four of their last six games and are 6-2 as a road dog. For Phoenix, I mean, they've been playing pretty poorly for a while, but it's gonna change at some point. They've covered five out of their last 20 games. They are 7-12 as a home favorite, 3-11 versus competition greater than 55% win teams. But it's only their fourth in 9 days compared to fifth and eighth for Sacramento and off of overtime. Compare that to Phoenix also being at the house. Last five game stats tell me they've been the better offense, they've been the better defensive team. I'd have to, I mean, I could only look towards the Suns here. We already know I want absolutely zero to do with the Kings, and I just think they've been playing too many games lately off of that overtime game. I might have to put a little bit of something on these Suns here, -4. I think that is what gets to the window. So don't really feel strong about the total, so don't want to talk too much about it. But let's take a look. Damn, did I say something else? Let's take a look at the comment section. Prodigy said another pause. Hopefully I didn't. Hopefully I'm doing all right now. Bash Bros likes the Suns. AJ says he's going under the 244. JT likes Suns -4, says Kings on last road game off a 5 game trip off overtime. Suns need this wins for standing purposes. UCapper says story time with Skee. Ask him about that time he tried to upload a video on StreamYard. Oh man. I don't want to tell that story right now, but y'all was about to get a show. Y'all was about to get a show. That's all I'll say. And I was not doing it on purpose. Um, let's see. Immaculate Immaculate on three says Kings look terrible as of late, beating up on bad teams. Ricky Bobby likes Bill over his 3-point prop. RC says can only look towards the Suns. Only pause was they haven't been covering. They're 1-7 ATS when Nurkic, Bill, Book, and KD are in the lineup. I mean, it's not gonna last forever. Yeah, he says they got to turn it around at some point. You know, Bash Bro says he feels like they run out of gas here. Talking about the Kings, I agree. I think the Kings just want to go home too. Saturated says Booker under 7.5 assists and Bill over 1.5 threes. Manny agrees it should be a Sun smash spot. Casey likes KD points over 26.5. And JM says that stuff before the show must be everything. I need parts. Brian A says the Kings' second unit could keep them in this game against the Suns when the big three are on the bench. What do you think? I think the Kings are running out of gas. So I hear where you're coming from. Maybe on a different kind of situation, I might agree, but I just think they're running out of gas. I actually missed this, Esta, so I don't even get the joke. But it says, Ski, was that you tried to get a selfie with LeBron at the Laker game last night? I would not try to get a selfie with any NBA player. I would not. So, was not me. Let's move on over. We have one more game left on the slate, and that is 573, 574. Oklahoma City Thunder and LA Clippers opened up. Clippers -5.5. They're now mostly 6.5, but there's a 7 at circa as well. Total open 236, and we're looking at 235.5 as the consensus here. Um, Injury report. Let's refresh. OKC, nobody on there. Love to see it. Young team. They said we don't care if we don't have any rest. We good to go. I love to see that. Don't see that a lot in the NBA nowadays. Clippers will be without Zubac tonight in the paint, and that could be a pretty big deal. I mean, who they really have protecting the rim down there? So a couple different ways to feel about this game. Number one, this game is pretty important for both teams. The top four spots, like I mentioned earlier, are separated by 3 games. Minnesota just took the number one spot from OKC with that last win over the Clippers, and Clippers are only 2 games behind the Thunder. So a lot of the hard work Thunder put forth this season, this game means a lot towards it. Um, Thunder also on a back to back. They don't have to travel though. They played the Lakers yesterday in LA. So both teams have been playing well lately. I don't even really have to mention the ATS numbers, but what I will mention is this is kind of Thunder's role right here. Thunder are 6-2-1 as a road dog. Thunder are 4-1 ATS without rest, and Thunder are 13-4-1 versus competition, that being greater than 55% win teams. So I think the Thunder come to play here, especially after losing the game last night. This game is extremely important. They can't afford to just lose, back to back games like this. The Clippers, I'm not saying that they won't come to play, but one team has to win by margin. The other team just has to keep it respectable. And I see, both teams being competitive. So I think the Thunder can keep it competitive here. They've been the better defensive team the last 5 games, top 5 defensive team at that, where the Clippers are bottom 10, and better rebounding team as well. Both teams is actually top 10 offensive rated team. So I think the Thunder are worth a shot plus the 6.5 points. And as far as the total, um, OKC, a lot of their games they shoot above 50%, and they are playing better defense right now. But I just don't think the defense is as crisp on a back to back. I mean, they are also 4-1 to the over without rest, and they like to play up tempo. I think they'll be able to pace up the Clippers, and without rim protection for the Clippers, without Zubac, I think the Thunder can kind of will be able to score in multi different ways. The Clippers will be able to respond. You have the number one and number two 3-point shooting teams. Taking the court today, I would only look towards the over in this one. So over 235.5, Thunder plus best number you can get is 7 right now at circa. I think those are the ways to go. And let's take a look at the comment section before we get out of here. If I can find where we're at. There we go. There we go. And I wanted to see what he said. Okay, so Sean Evans had the Grayson over last game, over 3.5 rebounds. Appreciate you sharing that. Rick White says he liked the under in this game. Luis Martinez says, I don't know why I made the Suns 5.5 ticket last night. Happens. Catch you slipping, thinks the Clippers are going to kill him this game. Manny says could be an over spot. This is true. Rick White says it's still early. OKC could add players to the injury list later, but they are like one of the only teams that I see do this, like a lot of nights. He is not injured. I would expect him to be better tonight. Ricky Bobby likes his points over, and he also likes Paul George rebounds over. Ronell is going with the first half under in this game. Jake Orr says the over trend in this game is even better when the Clippers on the second night. Interesting. Let's see here. DF says SGA trying to eat tonight. Saturated says SGA 330 plus games in a row versus the Clippers. Yeah, team that traded him, I think he shows up to play. Absolutely. KC says she'll be on Jalen Williams PRA when it drops. It's usually between 25.5 and 28.5. She's already ready to snipe it. JT says Chet gonna eat. Saturated is agreeing, asking who's gonna guard him. Sheila says OKC really let that game go last night. Thought that they were saving themselves for tonight. B. Simon says Harden over 8.5 assists. Says he's had, I think he's saying he hit this last five at home, and it's hit over 7 of last 9 at home. Says it's a good matchup for him to have some assists. And Justin says he stepped on those Clippers -5. No, I am not. Catch you slipping. Brian ain't like that breakdown. Says he's in on the Thunder. Nathan, you know the vibes, man. You know what's up. Let's see. Boofer. What up, Munaf? Golden Eagle. I think we do. And Itachi sharing some leans here. It says Clippers game over, Suns game under, Sixers game. Sit back and watch Jokic versus Embiid. All right. All right. So we got through the games, 4 games for today, 1 NHL, 3 NBA. It is about that time. And let me put it up there. There we go. So about that time, you guys who've been around, you know what to do. 3 rules, very simple. Put best bet before your best bet. Put the number, like the line you're getting for your best bet, and no more than 2 best bets. Maximum of 2 best bets. And drop them in the chat for us, please. For myself, I do have a good amount of wagers today for the short amount of games. So my best bet, I wish I could have my normal books so I could make this easier. But let me just pull this up really quick because I want to make sure I can get in on the same numbers I'm telling you guys. I might just have to get somebody to bet that account I have back home. Bear with me for 1 second. I want to make sure you guys know the deal already. All of a sudden, I can't remember my damn password. I want to make this bet. I don't like giving you guys bets that I don't log in and make, and I need some time there, so I have to bet it on this one. So we are gonna go with. We're gonna go with. I mean, it's only right for the show, right? We've been doing really good with these dogs. This one is not a dirty, dirty, dirty dog. The dirty dogs have been the best on this show, but we're gonna go with the Thunder. Jay Cash says everybody on the Thunder. No, they're not. Everybody's betting the Clippers tonight. We're just betting the Thunder because we the sharps. That's why. So we're rolling with the Thunder plus best number you can get is 7. I still think 6.5 cashes, but best number you can get right now is 7, and you should absolutely get the best of the number. I think the Thunder can keep it respectable, if not win the game, and SGA definitely wants to show up versus old team. So that is my best bet for the show. You can also catch all of my work on wagertalk.com, and I do have a couple other best bets up and available over there. So let's take a look at the chat before we slide on out of here. Let's see. JT's best bet is the Suns. Saturated says Embiid 30 and 10. Yeah, I'll address this. Catch you slipping says, how can you smoke bud and be on the ball with the best, bro? Can't trust your picks because you blaze up, dude. That's your opinion. I beat the NBA last year and I did the same thing every single day. And I ended up plus 129 units. So you don't gotta follow if you don't want to. Don't gotta follow. Simple. You can do your own picks. I'll do what I've been doing for the past. How long have I been doing this before I continue the best bets? I've been doing this on a screen for professionally for what, 7 years, 6 years, 6 years, 2024, 6 years. I did it before that to pay my bills. So, I mean, I quit my job and made bets to pay my bills before I even did this professionally. So you can take whoever's advice you like to take. If you don't want to trust me, you don't have to. Peter's going with the Suns as well. B. Simon likes Jokic over a half made threes and Harden over 8.5 assists. Appreciate that. Munaf going with Thunder Clippers over 235.5 and Sabonis rebounds plus assists over 20.5. Ronell likes Denver and Philly under 227. Let's see. Justin likes Arkansas +3. Michael also liking those Thunder. And a lot more best bets popping up here in the chat. Says a dumb comment, talk your shit, Skee. Munaf says blazing up is a part of the process for Skee. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And you guys know I won't. A lot more best bets being shared in the chat. And for you guys watching on the replay, um, it is available. The live chat is available. All you have to do on your phone is go where it says comments and scroll to the left, and you can click it, and it'll be right there. Or you can open up your laptop and click the top right, and it should be right there. And like I always say, the chat is the absolute best. This show is absolutely nothing without you guys. I appreciate all of you 100%. So just always got to make that known. Best of luck if you tell. Good luck, everybody, on all your action. And I will catch y'all again. I'll catch y'all at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Wham Bam, Dutch, and Babano. Peace.